He's often limited by the fact that I only know like 3 chords, so we always play in the same key. And this is incredibly liberating for his part because now he can do whatever he wants in the music. So as I'm doing the, I guess what would be called the Scott Mania wake-up call in the morning. Okay, now what do I do? How do I spend my day? There's got to be something, some mystical experience I must have. And yet I have no name nor word for it, but it has something to do with poetry, I'm sure it must, or videos or something. It shoots through me like what could be amounted as like 3 bowling balls running by. Poetry is non-profitable, a full-body sport, and hazardous. Not only have I lost at least one we know of, I mean, I'm sure there were others along the way who had not cognated. There were many who have gone into that thing, which is, this is where the gist of the poem is, what is poem? I wrote 4 lines to a friend the other day. She said, write me 4 lines and send them to me and I'll write some back. And so I wrote them and I said, here you go. And she said, is this a poem? And I said, I have no idea. And she said, well, if it's a poem, if you call it a poem, it's a poem. To me, that's not quite where I want to go with what a poem is. To me, and this is the part that so irks the establishment, were we to just come out and say, government sucks, people are nasty to one another, sometimes people don't really care about who their neighbor is, materialism and monetarism is ridiculous, they'd ignore it. So instead we have to couch it like lyrics, like songs, like something soft and cushy we can sort of shove in their ear like a banana. So we say mystical, really metaphorical things, and we relate it to this and to that, and we draw analogies, because really, to tell you the truth, the establishment doesn't understand them. But they know if they can get at least one part of that thread, they may get pulled along to the next one, which is really important and kind of where we want them to go. So poetry, from my perspective, is finding out what it is that keeps you on the ground. My daughter, and I have to tell this story because it's brilliant, I think it really sort of sums up what is possible in the world of reality. My daughter and I were sitting on the couch the other day, and she walked up to me and said, and I owe her credit for this, and I'll have to show her later. She walked up to me and said, Daddy, human beings can fly. And so, being a good dad, I was just completely silent. Dead still water, nothing. No sound, no nothing. Very anticipatory. Okay, this is going to be good no matter what it is. So she gets up, she stands over by the couch and she goes, see, just not for very long. I thought, oh, that's brilliant. I'm about to tell you, that's, all poets do that. We're always aspiring for something we cannot actually ever attain, yet it's the attempt. It's the reaching up, it's the spreading, it's the stretching, it's the grunting and the hollering and the blood. And the poems are all that stuff that just happens to fall of us and we're claiming. To me, it's not so much writing poetry as being a poet.
Yeah.
Be a poet. Everything you do will be a poem. So, peace. Thanks.
Slice banana. Woo!